bro. I want to hug you right now. You got this.
When I was about 5 years old, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease called ulcerative colitis. This is essentially your body seeing your colon as the enemy. So you live with ulcers in your colon, you have to live close to a toilet all the time, you're bleeding, there's inflammation in your joints, there's a whole bunch of other side effects. You take medication and that medication has side effects. So because of this, I've spent my whole life in and outside of hospital. In 2022, we got to the stage where there was no other option but to go for surgery. No medication was working, nothing was doing what it's supposed to. So the only surgery that we could do was a total colectomy, which is removing the colon and being left with a stoma and an ostomy bag on the outside of my stomach. So we went ahead with the surgery. The surgery went well. My colon was a lot worse than we had expected. There were 2 previous perforations in it. But what should have been a quick hospital stay was not. I ended up being in ICU for 2 weeks, in hospital for almost a month. There was a really dark period while I was in ICU. One night specifically, I said goodbye to my wife Michelle, and I genuinely believe that that was the last time that I was saying goodbye to her. I had started to give up. My body was giving up, my mind was giving up. I was just done. I remember having a conversation with God and said, if you get me to tomorrow morning, I'll give it another go. I won't quit, I'll try. So I went to bed and I woke up and I was like, cool, well now I've got to keep my promise. I might as well give it a go and keep fighting and try to do this again. My body started to turn around. Things started to look up. I got out of ICU. I went into the general ward and then I went home. Part of my recovery at home was I needed to go for walks every day. The first walk was a nightmare. In hospital, I also had to do these walks and they were the worst part of the day. I hated it because I never felt so weak. So when I got out of hospital and was at home, it was extremely hard trying to do that. I was still quite sick. Every day Michelle and I would go for a little bit of a walk. First ones are really short, but they started to build up and day by day I could do a little bit further of a walk, a little bit further, till eventually one day I decided maybe I should try run this instead of walking it. So I gave it a go. I ran a bit. I was like, okay, that worked. That was kind of cool. Next day ran a little bit further, and as I did this I realized that I'm not getting sick like I used to. When I used to exercise in the past, sometimes I'd end up in hospital because I got so sick. I would be out of it. I would get ulcers down my throat to the point where I couldn't eat. But this wasn't happening anymore. My joints weren't sore. I wasn't getting sick. I felt like I was getting stronger and better. And I discovered trail running. And this was something that immediately sparked my interest. I could exercise and I could be outdoors in nature. And one of the first things that I saw was there's trail races. Well, that's cool. And then one of the first races that I saw was the UTCT, and more specifically the 100-kilometer distance. I was like, wow, that's amazing. I couldn't believe that people run 100 kilometers, run 100 miles, that this is a thing that people do, not elite athletes, just anybody does this. I was like, this is unbelievable. So I think in that moment I decided that this is what I want to do. I'm going to do that. I'm going to run this 100-kilometer race. So I got a coach and I started training.
You got this.
I was still learning how to deal with this bag attached to my stomach. It's not the easiest thing, but for me this was like a whole new world. It felt like I was finally free from my own body. I wasn't being held back by it anymore. In the build up to getting to be able to run 100 kilometers, I did my first ever race. It was a 46 kilometer trail run, and just accomplishing that was next level. I couldn't believe that I did that. I couldn't believe that I had friends and family that would support me doing that and be there on the day, cheering for me, loving me. But in the back of my head I knew that that wasn't the goal. The goal was always this 100 kilometer race. So I carried on training, and I carried on running, and I carried on trying to get better at this. And 2024 came, and I signed up for UTCT 100 kilometers.
Hey, are you ready? How are you? Thank you for being here. Love you, bro.
All seated runners from the front, seated runners from the front.
I remember standing at the start line, all the way at the back, just thinking about everything that led up to this point. And I couldn't believe that I was there. I was about to do this really hard thing that I had decided to do because I was able to.
Four, three, two, one.
Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step. I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets. Cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocket here and stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future, but see profit here. Wait up, we gon' always win. Promise that that's not a promise, yeah, that is a threat. You know that I promise to bring the team commas. When the whole team win, that's when you flex. Win, and I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again. Tell 'em I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. We already know that we the coldest. Watch me heat it up, let me focus. I'm going toe to toe with foes. I know they notice. I kick in doors, they only hope for closing. Why? Cause they know I go again. And when they in a drought, I'm the one that can make it flow again. Talk to me nice, my team, they ready to go again. Running into us, we'll gladly send you home again. We don't talk, better know the grind gon' match my walk. I'm a cheat code, I don't take no loss. Making no sense, run up the scope. Cause all I do is win. And I'ma do
We
it
didn't get a
again.
chance to speak to Joe this morning.
Oh, whereas we didn't.
How's he actually feeling?
Surprisingly calm this morning, which he felt unsure about feeling okay. But he's feeling good, feeling nervous, obviously naturally, but he's ready. I think he's given himself a lot of pressure to finish under a certain time, but I know he can do it, and yeah, he's feeling good.
I'm running it, dog. On me, I don't know defeat. Had to get back on the phone. I told them don't play with my name, cause I know that it rings. They want my spot at the top with the crown, and they ask who's a rocket. I tell them it's me. I'ma always win.
Yeah, he's now at the start of Lions Head. Nah, I think he's feeling good. Done this part quite a couple of times with him. And yeah, so Even the training of 60 Ks, just running around. So I think he's actually doing pretty good job. He's quite accustomed to the spot. Yes, Joe.
You're running through my mind with a shotgun. I'm running out of time, but I'm not done. Yeah, I don't need a run, they will come to me. I don't need a fight, but I keep moving, keep moving.
I got to the first aid station and I had some family there that was helping me. So I changed my water bottles, I got some water, drank some stuff, I ate some food and tried to get out of there as quick as possible. At the Kloof aid station, my ostomy bag felt like it was coming off. The thing is, when it's hot and you're sweating, the stickiness that keeps the bag stuck to my stomach isn't so sticky anymore. So I asked my mother-in-law to let Michelle know that I might need to do a bag change earlier on in the race. I had planned these bag changes at specific aid stations because I knew the ostomy bag wouldn't last the whole race. But we had also made plans for in case I needed to do more than we expected. So I just asked her to let Michelle know that I might need to do a bag change at Llandudno if it carries on this way. And yeah, so then I carried on all the way up to Kloof Corner.
Anything. That's fine, you can do it. I've got enough set. That's perfect, thank you. But ja, as jy has hier listen, he's looking son. This might need to do a bag change at Llandudno instead of just Hart Bay, and then Hart Bay as well, but he's good.
I was super excited to get up to Kloof Corner. I knew that Michelle was there and there were a few friends up there. The previous year and the previous night actually, I went up to Kloof Corner to support the guys that were doing the 100 miler, and it's such a vibe up there, so I was excited to be able to be part of the guys that were running this time.
Yes, please. Woo! Go, go, go!
Did the climb from the first aid station to Kloof Corner. Getting up there was amazing, seeing people that I didn't even expect to see there supporting me. That was such a vibe, so I was ready to keep going, and then I did the next push. From there, I knew that the next section was going to be warm, it was going to be hot, and it was going to be a lot of climbing. It was platter clip. Platter clip is always fun. And then it was all the way over to Llandudno.
Okay, we are 30 k's in, 1,700 meters of elevation. Platter clip was horrible, and I'm not feeling 100%, a little bit nauseous. I don't know why. I'm going to get bottles when I'm running, and just try to make sure that I don't underfuel. And maybe I've eaten too much, I'm not sure. But you know what? Right now it sucks. My legs are sore, but I wouldn't be doing anything else. Nothing else I'd rather be doing. I'm having fun. I'm on top of the mountain. I'm running. I've got like 70 walk days, 78 walk days. I don't know how many walk days, maths is hard. And I'm heading to an aid station, going to get some prep, and then go home.
Let's see where he is.
You went for a swim? Of course. Did you? Did you convince Michelle to? I did. Are you gonna go up?
I've got you, Johan. That's me. In position 360. She's done.
So I came down the section to Llandudno. I was feeling okay. I was tired. Got into the aid station. I needed to go to the toilet to sort out my ostomy bag and also just see how it was looking. Michelle and the family were there with all the stuff ready to feed me, make sure I'm hydrated and cool. I was getting a little bit frustrated because I was moving slower than I'd wanted to. So yeah, at that aid station, I ate as much as I could. I did all the changing of water bottles and getting some more food for the next section. I knew that the next section was going to be pretty hard, going from Llandudno to Hout Bay. There was Souther Peak, which is always fun.
You're feeling dead. Okay. It's a bit warm.
A little bit warm.
Shucks.
It's sweaty. You're gonna have to change it. Let me just place this down there.
We luckily didn't have to do a bag change at Llandudno, so probably only have to do it at Hout Bay, which we had always planned.
Is it like cool on the mountain or hot? Hot. It's like no shade.
Are you literally going up
No shade.
to shower? There's no shade.
Nothing. Wind? No wind. No anything. Got a bit of a tan?
Yeah. I actually need to put on some sun.
He's up to speed.
One of the things that I have to be very aware of without having a colon is that you can get dehydrated very quickly. So I needed to make sure that I was drinking a lot, and because it was so hot, I needed to be really on top of that. I wasn't dying, but I was tired, but I also knew that there was a long day and a few more kilometers ahead of me, so I was trying to not overexert myself too early.
I don't know if it's working, but we'll find out.
Okay, you ready? Push on up.
I set off and was ready for that next section.
But I'm just saying, you need to just push on a little bit, okay?
later.
What does Johan say? Let's see.
With himself, but honestly, there's nothing I can do.
I was starting to cramp, and that Southern Peak section is just a few parts where you gotta like climb, and every time I was taking bigger steps or having to step onto bigger rocks or stuff, my legs were cramping. So I was quite concerned about that. I was trying to just figure out what I can do to make sure, so if I need to take more salt or what is the issue, am I not hydrating enough? No matter what, I'm getting to the end. So as long as it takes, I'm getting there. So I just put my head down and carried it on, putting one foot in front of the other. So yeah, I finished Southern Peak, coming into Hout Bay. I was feeling fine. I was quite tired. I was concerned about the ostomy bag and my stoma. It wasn't sticking properly. It was starting to hurt. I was still cramping, and I was just feeling quite tired. But I was ready to keep going.
Thank you. Hello, dude. Hello, bro. How are you? I'm okay. How are you feeling? Oh, I'm a bit tired now. How was the last one? Oh, the climb was death, dude. What's up, eh? You're looking good, dude. You're looking strong. Thanks, man. You're taking the descents like a champion. Thanks. How are the knees feeling? Okay, when I can run, it's fine, but when it's like like the gradient quite steep, it's sore. But it's okay. Just check this peak. Dude, you've got this. Viljoen, left rounds. Oh my god, chance up. You know it. You know the route. Bye, bro!
The Hout Bay aid station, there were a few things that I needed to sort out. The main one being changing my ostomy bag. It was leaking and bleeding quite a bit, so that was the main focus. And then also I was having trouble with my feet. I kicked a rock or something, so my toes were starting to bleed, and I was getting some blisters under my feet, so I had a sock change there and also an ostomy bag change. I was feeling quite flat by this point. At no stage was I at a point where I didn't think that I could carry on, but I was just really struggling, and I was also not in a great mental space because I was way behind schedule as to what I'd planned. at this point, I had to come to terms with the goal that I had in my mind from the beginning that wasn't going to be reality. So I was just trying to deal with that and then deal with all the physical things at the same time.
My legs were really sore. Every time I lifted my legs, it was like, and I had to like bring it all the way up. Grab under.
But yeah, Michelle and everyone was extremely helpful in keeping my morale up and getting me prepped and sorted and ready for the next section. I was feeling a bit nervous about the next part. I knew that the Chapman's Peak area to Constantia was going to be tough. It was a lot later than I'd wanted it to be, so I was feeling a bit frustrated. I was quite upset with myself, if I'm being honest.
There's a video of me feeling elevated and sorry for myself at the same time. I feel bad for being so late. It takes me so long. I'm disappointed that I might not make my ball time, but I had a feeling over there to try. Wish I can get there in time. I didn't see what happened. I got 4.5, let's say 4 hours to do like 30 gigs. If it wasn't possible right now, but it's what I can do.
Yeah, the Hout Bay to Constantia section was quite tough. I was super emotional. I think I went through every emotion possible in that in that section. I was ecstatic that I was able to do this. I was in awe of the place that I was running. I was angry, I was frustrated, I was sad. I remember even calling Michelle once and just telling her how much I missed her, even though I'd probably seen her about 2 hours before that. I felt bad that she was out for so long. I think I just went through every possible emotion that I could in that part. It was quite a weird section for me, I won't lie. It was very interesting. Felt quite nervous going into the next part of the race because it was going to be at night. I'd never ran at night, and I didn't plan originally on being out this late into the night. So going into Constantia, I was feeling a bit on edge and just uncertain, I think. And that's when I met Simon, another runner, and we kind of just started chatting. Yeah, and I asked him if he wants to run the next section together up until the end, and he was keen, which I was super grateful for. So we started running together, which was great to have someone to talk to take your mind off of how you're feeling, to take your mind off of how tired your legs are or how sore your feet are or whatever. It was definitely helpful to be with someone.
Similar emotion. A little bit flat. And also very frustrated. Saving this run. I really want to do sub 20, but I don't know if it kept me. But I'm okay. We'll be okay. Je ne sais pas why. As you've always told me, you've just run the most you've ever ran. 9K is more than you've ever ran in your life. It's good experience. Training. Just keep in your head, remember, every 5K. So only 10 more to go, Drew. 10 more to go, and then it's 10 more to go. And then 10 more. And then another 10.
Who's going to hit you at some point?
I was ready to get going into the next section, which led up to the Alphen aid station, where I knew that there were a lot of friends that would be waiting for me, which was, I think, again, this thing of people being there for you in the good times and the bad times. It's very hard to explain the feeling of going through this really hard thing, knowing that you have friends that are willing to stay out till late hours of the night, early hours of the morning, to drive to random places to support you, to see you for literally 2 minutes, and then you leave, you run away from them, but they're there for you and they want to be there for you. Running into that aid station and then trying to do all the things where I had to check my bag and it was not sticking properly on my stomach, so I was thinking about that, and I was trying to eat as much as I could and drink as much as I could. I was trying to figure out what I could do about my feet because they were really sore. In and amongst all of this of friends and trying to not lose Simon and trying to make sure that I am getting everything I need for the next section. My stoma was bleeding quite a bit, so we were quite concerned about that. It wasn't leaking out, so we didn't have to do a bag change, but Michelle and I were a bit concerned as to how much blood there was and just what it was looking like. So that was in my head. And throughout the next section, I just had that in my head the whole time. I was concerned about it, but I wasn't trying to let it get the better of me. I try to wrap up at that Alphen aid station as quick as possible. Simon and I got going. I don't think I was prepared for running at night and prepared for how that would feel.
Okay, can I get a photo with everyone? Drew, can we have a photo with you?
The Alphen to UCT section was definitely not what I expected. obviously I planned to do it a lot earlier than what I was doing it. So running that late at night after running for so many hours was interesting. I'd never been kind of falling asleep while running, and I felt like I was falling asleep while running. I was really sore, my legs were really sore, my feet were in a lot of pain, my stomach was sore, the stoma was sore, so I was also thinking a lot about that. I was very concerned with the blood again and what was happening with that, and trying to stay awake and try and move as quick as possible. And being at night, you literally in the middle of nowhere, you can only see what's in front of you. It's a really cool feeling, it's a really scary feeling, but I think that was, apart from the aid stations and seeing my friends and family and all that, that was probably one of the most memorable parts for me, was this feeling of being so alone and having to get to the next section. Like, you have no other choice, you can't just stop and give up. I couldn't just quit there and be like, I'm done. I had to go backwards, which there was no option, or move forward. So all I had to do was go forward. Yeah, coming into the UCT aid station it felt like it took forever. I was super excited to see lights that just weren't from headlamps. I think that was another really emotional pick me up, but also I can't believe it moment. Friends being there at 2 a.m. in the morning, friends Ubering to come and support me and see me for literally 5 minutes. It was quite a stressful aid station because we had to do another bag change, and there was a lot of blood. The bleeding wasn't stopping. And yeah, I was super tired. We got all our food and drinks, got all the stuff we needed to do the last bit to the end. I did my bag change, and yeah, Simon and I winked at it again. Going all the way up until Blockhouse was way quicker than I thought I would do it, but I just put my head down and I moved as quick as I could to get that last climb done with. Going up, I could move at a constant pace, but moving down, I was quite nervous about falling. More so because I didn't want to fall and pull my stoma and the bag in any way that could damage it or cause any, because I wasn't really sure what was happening. So I knew that the last climb till Blockhouse, I needed to push as much as I could, and I did pretty good time in that. We got up to Blockhouse and then we started moving along the contour. I couldn't move fast at all. I was really sore. Simon was feeling a lot better than I was, but this section was a lot more filled with people, so you weren't so alone. He kind of just moved a little bit ahead of me. He that aid station, he got a lot of food, and I think the food helped him quite a bit, so he was just moving a bit quicker than I was. But yeah, I was really struggling with my feet, and yeah, just very tired. And then going down to the end, no matter how hard I tried, I just was not able to get out of first gear again.
When was the last time you spoke to Joe, and how was he feeling?
UCT, about, what would it be? Just under 10 kilometers away, a year ago. He's feeling very, very sore, very, very tired, but he's going, and he's going to finish, so all it counts. And hopefully he'll be in the next 25 minutes at the absolute max. But yeah, he's feeling okay. He had a bit of a bleeding stoma again. He had it at Elephant Trail, but then really bad at UCT, so we had to do another bag change, but nothing he can't handle, so we're almost there.
How are you feeling, Michelle?
Very nervous. I don't know how I'm feeling right now.
How many hours has he been at it?
25 hours and 13 minutes. Woo.
Yeah, the last kilometer was really emotional. Specifically the last few hundred meters. I just kept having different flashbacks to different periods in my life. Being in and out of hospital as a kid, to having surgery, and essentially saying goodbye to Michelle for what I thought would be the last time. And then the journey after that of being able to use this body that I felt like it was trying to kill me my whole life and was holding me back. That had just taken me almost 100 kilometers, and I was about to run to the finish line of the hardest thing I'd ever done. I was just emotionally broken. And then running in and hearing my friends that had stayed up all night and followed me around, they're cheering me into the finish line, running down that last section and seeing Michelle at the end. I just couldn't help but burst into tears, and just I was done.
Bro, I don't want to hug you right now. You're good. You're good. You got this.
There've been a lot of periods in my life where I felt like I wanted to quit, where I wanted to give up. And there's almost been this thing in the back of my head, well, I got to this point, I might as well just try and get to another point. okay, this is really hard, this is really tough, or I could quit it. My brain's going, I want to quit at that aid station. And then I get there, I was like, well, I got here, I might as well quit at the next one. You get there, you're like, okay, well, I might as well quit at the next one. We're all capable of doing a lot harder things than we think we can. It may not be running a 100-kilometer race, but you can do it. You can do that hard thing that you've always dreamed of. You can make your dreams a reality. Don't quit now. Quit later. I'm very glad that it's done. I feel very tired. I'm very proud of myself. A little bit bummed that it took so long, but I'm happy that I got it done. And I just want to go shower. I weed on myself a little bit. I didn't mean to, but I was going for a wee, I slipped. We're amazing, dude.